Hey guys, welcome back to another video with Drakkalan. This is a Kingdom of Heroes Tactics War video. Today we are just going to be doing a state of the account. Right now I'm just running some of the dailies, trying to get caught up. It's been a minute since I completed everything like I needed to. So once this battle's over, we'll jump into the account. Kind of excited to come back, see the new heroes, see the new holiday events. A lot of new packages have been released too with this latest update. I don't think I'm going to buy any of the packs right now. I did buy the monthly pack that I always buy for 30 days that gives me gems. That way I can do some energy refills with it. And like always, when they come out with the next, I can never think of the name of it, the pack where you have to participate weekly and monthly, the growth pack or whatever that goes next to the silver coin store. I always buy that too when it comes out, just for the extra rewards. Other than that, we don't have a lot to report on the account. We haven't hit level 200 yet. Like I said, we haven't played much in the last few weeks, so we're just going to try to get caught up on all the events we've been missing out on. Make sure we buy all of our 2 stars like usual, and summoning and resource material. Not going to worry about purchasing any runes from the store. So if we jump in this snowball event that's going on right now, basically just fight any dungeon, you'll get a snowball like usual. Same thing with the chest events and other events we've done. We've collected up to 30, and all I've done are the daily quests, the guild raids, the 10 XP mon raids, and coin raid. We got a lot of catching up to do. We're at 30, so nowhere close to where we need to be. And then if we look at the upgrade rune event that's going on right now, we'll make sure to get this knocked out too in the next couple of days. I do have a lot of runes to sell, so I guess we could do that real quick. It's about the only thing I've been doing when I log in, is just trying to farm up some new runes because we are way behind on those as well. Like, I just can't seem to get 6-star legendaries to drop, and it's the only thing that I'm after are 6-star legendary runes. So whenever I come in here to select what I'm going to sell, I just sell absolutely everything that's not a 6-star legendary. We'll apply that filter, and let's see what kind of money we make. Yeah, so it's going to get us 5 million. Now, I don't recommend everybody do this. Definitely save some of these heroics. I do have a lot of heroes I need to build. I probably need to be saving some of these heroics so that we can build some of those. Let's turn the heroic off on the 6-star as well. See what that takes us down to. That way I can actually make some content by building out units that I typically don't use. So that nets us 3 million, a little over 3 million. That's going to put us up in the almost 6 million silver. Not too bad. We also maxed out our hero box. I know it's not a big thing, but the max for the hero box is 300 if you guys are curious. It does get pretty expensive taking it up. I had 10 million silver or so from selling runes. The guild, it's still doing pretty well. We got an attack going on right now. I need to jump in on before it expires. As far as achievements go, nothing really new to report here. We're still just knocking out the dailies as often as we can. Still have a lot of challenges to finish since the update came out, a month or two ago. The other thing I wanted to do is show off my new hero. I finally got a hero that I wanted months ago. Now I don't have the resources to build him at the moment, but we will be building him, and that is Uriel. He manipulates the attack bar gauge, right? So you got Chapter of Patience, uses the Chapter of Patience to attack enemies within a target area. Successful hits have a 30% chance to reduce the action gauge of enemies hit. So that's why we want him. We want to build him super fast. That way he can go first. We want to have some accuracy on there. Make sure he hits with a successful hit. That way we can... the effect rate of this goes up by a total of 30%. So that's going to take that up to 50% action gauge reduction. So if we can get him built up, get him fast enough, get some accuracy on him, probably. So he's definitely going to be on a swift set. So we're going to build him swift, speed, and I'm not sure if I'm going to go with an attack for the slot 4 and slot 6 yet. I wonder what everybody else is doing. We can look at the review in a second. His secondary ability, it takes down, ignores 30% defense, and then reduces the mobility of the enemies hit for 1 turn. Skill 3, Chapter of Punishment. Successful hits increase all cooldowns of enemies hit for 2 turns, right? So we would probably, if we use him, we'll build him super fast, and depending on what the enemy team is, we will either use S3 or S1. If we want to try to get our team to go first, we'll just use S1, let our team run first, and then nuke them down. That'd be a good cleave team. Otherwise, if we think we're going to have to fight like a tanky team, we might just go ahead and pop this Chapter of Punishment, which is the S3, and knock all their cooldowns to where we can get in there and at least kill off 1 hero, right? So that'd be good for like Ingwes and other opponents that if we let them build up momentum, we may not be able to take them down because they have too many buffs, debuffs, etc. Fighting those Irene teams and everything else. It would give us 1 turn basically to burn them down, and then we just have to wait for this 6-turn cooldown that goes down to a 4-turn cooldown to wear off. and then we could do it again. So he's definitely a resource-heavy unit. You're going to have really decent runes, and you need to put some skill ups into him so that you can get the maximum effectiveness out of him. So it'll be a while before we can showcase him. The unit I am currently working on is Nixia. I've had her for a while, but I had other units that were more important to build up. Don't look at the stats. The stats are pretty embarrassing. I haven't changed the runes on her in over a month. The other thing, with the new update that came out, they unlocked the hidden path for her, so we'll start investing in this. I was putting that into my Lilith, but I'm going to just turn over and start doing it all into Nixia. I may even do a reset on Lilith and just put all those resources into my Nixia because I think she's going to be a pretty decent hero. If you guys don't have one, her skills, Revitalizing Slash, attacks enemies within a target area. Successful hits have a 40% chance to provoke enemies for 1 turn. Every successful crit hit grants you a stack of continuous recovery. Skill 2, Ascending Knight. Soars up into the sky to attack surrounding enemies, knocking them back 1 tile. Successful hits reduce the mobility of enemies hit for 1 turn. Successful crit hits stun enemies hit for 1 turn. And then we've got S3, Windblade. Summons countless swords to attack enemies within a target area. Successful hits recover 15% of damage inflicted as HP. This skill's damage increases when the enemy hit has a greater max HP. If the enemy isn't killed, you reduce their attack for 2 turns. And then finally, S4, Stigma of the Fallen Angel. At the start of the turn, removes the same number of active debuffs as the number of active buffs on yourself. So she's got a Self Cleanse. She does a Stun. She does an Attack Down. She does decrease mobility, knockback, and she's got a Provoke and a Self Heal. You want to build her, the way I'm going to build her is Speed, Attack, or Speed, Crit Rate, Attack, so that I can definitely take advantage of the S1, S2 that needs crit rate to be successful. But I want to have tanky substats too, right? Because she's going to have that provoke and she's going to have that continuous recovery for 1 turn. So she needs to be able to survive when she does provoke. The knockback should help with that, and the stun should help with that. So I feel like she's going to be a great unit once we get the resources to put into her to build her up. Let's look at her hidden path too while we're here. Like, I'll make this a semi Nixia review video. All right, so what are we getting to the skills? Stigma Fallen Angel, that was the S4. If Nixia has an active buff at the start of the turn, she removes 3 debuffs on herself. Nixia's successful crit hits increases all cooldowns of the target by 2 turns. That is huge. That means she's probably going to be able to, I don't want to say 1v1, but she's definitely going to be able to be a bigger challenge to take down with that. Granted, it's going to take a while to get there. It's going to be extremely expensive. Windblade summons countless swords to attack enemies. Yeah, we just went over that. Successful hits are going to recover 20% of damage instead of 15% of damage. So we're getting a 5% boost, and we're getting the crit damage max HP increase passive. So that 5% is going to be big if you can get enough HP substats on her. Stigma of the Fallen Angel again, so they're buffing the same skill a second time. If Nixie has an active buff at the start of the turn, she removes 3 debuffs from her. Okay, well that's. Oh, okay, yeah. So they're just making it to where it's a true passive, right? You don't have to have buffs equal to debuffs. Ascending Knight. They're adding, what are they adding to this? Successful crit hit stuns enemies. If the enemy isn't killed, you gain increased crit rate for 2 turns. So she's going to also increase her own crit rate. That's pretty nice. And she gets more accuracy, more HP. What are some of these substats doing? So she's going to gain crit damage, accuracy. I was hoping for some crit rate on some of these stats just to make life easier. Looks like we are getting 3% crit rate. We're getting another 6% crit rate, but those are going to be some pretty highly expensive ones to get into. Oh, and 11 speed, that's huge. So she's definitely going to be the one that I make my highest investments into at the moment, unless you guys have something better to recommend. But I just want to see how good she can shine if we give it a chance. So I guess we'll go ahead and start unlocking some of these. Start building these paths out. Since we can get, I really gotta have to start farming altar to get more of these memories. Alright, and not to slow it down, the next thing I wanted to go over is the costume shop. I've been saving up a bunch of costume tokens. I say a bunch, it's 600 something, right? Yeah, 638 costume tokens. So we have Prey, we've got Esperanza. I think I already bought Esperanza. Yeah. I have not bought Prey's costume yet. So Prey and Sonya just got released with the last update. And those are probably, I don't have Sonya, so I'll probably buy Prey. I've been trying to save up my tokens and just buying the Nat 5s or the heroes that I use on a regular basis. Gabriel we already got. So we'll just go ahead and purchase Prey. I was really hoping for a few more heroes that we had. 15 attack, not huge, but I like the costume. I like the overall look. If we change it to the 3D image, right? The bird looks cool. I like the image. And the 1 speeds, what's the biggest increase? 250 for that. Not a big deal. I almost have enough for 2 more purchases. Did I equip that? Or did I click it? Yeah. And that's the thing, you buy it, it doesn't auto-equip. And that pretty much does it, I think, for the overall account review. Like I said, we're just going to try to get back into it as hard as we can. We're going to focus on making more 6 stars. Our resources are currently going to start getting poured into Nixia nonstop. I wanted it to Gabriel as well, but I can only choose one hero at a time because the skill ups are so hard to come by. I don't think we have anything we can put into these skills yet. Yeah. But we're getting pretty close to having a couple of them maxed out, and then we'll swap to Gabriel after. That's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions, if you have any ideas, honestly, any ideas to make videos about, anything you need to see, anything you want me to cover and go over, leave it in the comments below. And if you could, like and subscribe so we can keep making this content. Thanks.